point in hanging on, Martin. You have to lay off whatever you can.
There's nothing to lay off.
Once you've sailed too close to the wind, I've warned you often enough.
You've grown fat on me, Palmer. You find yourself another pound of flesh.
Did they?
Nope. Chris? Chris, get onto that agency, what's his name, find out everything you can, especially about Palmer.
By everything, you mean the dirt?
Well, if there isn't any, they don't have to worry, do they?
And if there is, you'll use it.
Just do it, Chris, will you?
You're all right. You look...
Just do it, will you, Chris?
Just keeled over.
More or less.
No warning.
Oh, just a little muzzy and then...
No pain in your chest or your arm?
No.
Ah, you're not a fool, Martin.
Danger signals.
You find it amusing?
Certain irony. You wouldn't understand.
I'm warning you, Martin. You carry
Listen,
on...
Alex, I've had enough of warnings for 1 week.
You carry on like this, Martin. In a week, maybe all that there is left.
All right. So, what do I have to do?
You put those things away for a start. You need a complete rest. Certainly a week, preferably a lot longer.
Yeah.
No, you cut out smoking, then you watch your weight. Cut out the booze. Nothing you don't know already. You're living on your nerves. They're telling you they've had enough.
Well, they could have found a better time to start complaining.
Yes, you're too busy, too important. Give me some pills. Next month I'll take a holiday. I hear it every day of the week.
And if I don't?
A heart attack. Maybe the big one. It's as simple as that. Oh, for God's sake, Martin, you're not a poor man. What's the point?
Give me some pills. Next month I'll take a holiday. Come.
Excuse me. Dr. Ferguson, your secretary's been on again. She's rather concerned about your appointment with Mrs. Vandervelde.
Till I've just left, will you?
Mustn't keep the customers waiting.
Not the expensive ones, anyway. You drive in this morning?
Yes.
Take a cab home. If you get any pain, the small white tablets, one under the tongue, let it dissolve. Then it'll stop the pain. Won't stop the cause, though. I'm also giving you some Amatil. 3 a day, they'll settle you down. So no alcohol, right?
I don't want Sybil to know about this.
Why don't you two get a divorce and have done with it?
Minor complications.
She's tearing you to pieces.
I need time, Alex.
There are cheaper ways of buying it.
Up to 600 years old, fetched £420,000 at Sotheby's, an auction record for a piece of porcelain. And at Christie's, one of Picasso's Cubist paintings, Femme à la Mandoline, was sold for £273,000. This morning's figures from the building societies show the flow of cash coming in last month was the lowest in living memory. Net receipts from depositors...
Turn that damn thing off, will you?
£18,700,000.
No car? You came home by cab.
I didn't think you'd notice.
You'll be surprised.
It's in for a service.
Oh, dear, so soon? Well, aren't you going to tell me?
Tell you what.
You've got your little boy face on. Risk it, Martin. Tell me.
We had that meeting this afternoon.
Oh,
I need that money, Sybil.
not that money, darling. My money.
That money was made over to you.
For your benefit, not mine.
Oh, God, yes, how you've suffered.
No, and I don't intend to start.
All right, your money. I'm asking for a loan. You'll get it back. I'll have the right papers drawn up.
Let me make one thing quite clear, Martin. Sink you may, but I'm not sinking with you. You made a mistake. You pay for it.
That's all finished.
I don't like being used, Martin. What I've got, I keep. Come in.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Willis. I was wondering about tomorrow.
Oh, of course. You're dining with a client, aren't you, darling?
Yes, darling.
I'll probably go into town myself, Mrs. Eldridge. We shan't be needing you then.
Very well, then. I'll say good night to you, Mrs. Willis. Good night, sir.
Good night. You haven't seen my latest. I'm improving, don't you think?
Oh, yes, Sybil. You're a very clever girl.
What you need, of course, is for me to die. After all, my will very clearly states that everything I have goes back to you. Unless I change it, of course. Why should I? You've always been very generous to me, and the least I can do is...
Shut up.
How are you?
Fine. Just a little blood pressure or something. Anything for Mellish?
I phoned. Apparently he's...
Yes, out of the country. Yeah.
I did manage to speak to Mr. Harland. They'll be meeting the bank representatives this afternoon.
Yeah.
Dr. Ferguson phoned. Would you like to have lunch today?
Anything in the book?
Not as yet.
Oh, why not?
1 o'clock?
You know, when I was a kid at boarding school, I used to run a shoe cleaning agency, cleaning the bigger kids' shoes. Within a month, I was subcontracting on a 50-50 split. 12 years old, I was the most brilliant contacts man in the school and the lousiest rugby player. So if you know anybody who wants their shoes cleaned, the name is Willis.
You'll survive, Martin.
I wouldn't put money on it.
On your survival, everything I've got. The only thing I wouldn't want to know is how you manage it.
How do these things happen? 1 minute she's trying to sell me advertising space, and the next minute I'm in bed with her. Particular need at a particular time, I suppose. Isn't that it?
How involved are you? Thank you.
I'm not. Not anymore. Sybil found out. God knows how. All I do know is that the ice entered that particular little soul, and there's nothing I can do to warm it up. I've been unfaithful before. Maybe she knew, maybe she didn't. But this time...
All very civilized.
Well, we live in the same house. We smile at the right people. And underneath, nothing.
Then buy her off. A little divorce, big settlement.
I told you, minor complications. 5 years ago, when everything was happy families, I made over all my assets to her. Everything. It's all in her name. You name it, she's got it. It was a legal way of protecting my interests in case anything went bad.
You're telling me it has?
I'm telling you it will, if Sybil doesn't play ball.
How bad?
Oh, it's bad. If Sybil doesn't come across, I'm finished.
Oh, how much do you need? I mean, there's a chance that...
Alex,
No?
no, you're a good friend. No, it's all down to Sybil now, and Sybil ain't around much anymore.
There's no way you can get it back.
Unless, of course, she dies. She's got a birthday soon. Perhaps that's what I ought to give her. A nasty accident.
Well, murders have been committed for less.
It has crossed my mind.
Of course, an accident would be more convenient.
Oh, yes, all I need is a helping hand.
Could be arranged.
What'll you do, give you a prescription?
No, I give you a telephone number.
Oh, dial a murder.
It wouldn't be the first.
What do I tell them? Just when and where I want to kill?
No, they'd decide the method. It's safer. Better for them, better for you.
You are serious?
I'm offering you a solution.
Is that how your wife died?
My wife was an invalid. Oh, a semi-invalid. My horizons broadened, has narrowed down to screaming point. What my colleagues call a merciful release for both of us.
My God.
Oh, I'd hardly expect you to leap at the idea. Most of us would react in the same way initially, as we might at the thought of losing a limb. The limb is diseased, it must be removed. We live, after all, in the age of the specialist. If the need exists, there will always be someone willing and able to satisfy that need, at a price, of course. Now, you and I are fortunate that we can pay that price. Could pay that price, should the need be great enough. I admit it calls for a particular brand of single-mindedness. I have it, I think you have it. I'd say it was the root of our friendship. We admire each other. And I suspect, if you believe what I'm saying, you're beginning to admire me all the more.
You said a telephone number.
Oh, I was enjoying myself.
I don't think so. Well,
You'd really do it then.
didn't you?
You'd have a hard job proving it.
That's right.
Mutual respect?
Something like that.
170-5858.
I'll let you know.
Let me know what?
One 170-5858. 170-5858.
I was given this number.
Your name, sir?
Willis.
Yes, and the initial, Mr. Willis?
M. Martin. Now, look...
Are you calling from home, Mr. Willis?
No, from my office.
Ah, is there a private line to your office?
Yes, I'm on it now.
Yeah, and the number?
246 6426.
Thank you. Your home number?
Now, look.
Your home number, sir?
24 66 959.
Thank you, sir.
Look,
Your call has been recorded. We'll be in touch.
Chris, I want you to check a number for me. 170-5858. No need to tell them who we are. Just find out who the company is, what they do, usually.
They did say 5858.
That's the number they gave me.
It's a public call box. Well, do you want me to,
No, it's all right.
Hello, Dr. Ferguson's secretary.
Oh, hello. Could I speak to Dr. Ferguson,
But
please?
Dr. Ferguson has somebody with him. So
Ah, well, it's Mr. Willis. Tell him it's important. I won't keep him a moment.
Oh, yes, Mr. Willis. Hold on one moment, please.
Yeah, it's unlikely, but... Excuse me. Ferguson.
Choke over.
Martin.
Very convincing.
Look, I've got someone with me at the moment.
Yeah. I'll speak to you later. Yes?
Mr. Willis?
Yes?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Willis. Just confirming the number. Oh, and Mr. Willis, there's no point in trying to contact us again. Each of our clients is given a number for, a sort of future reference. And once a contact's been made, the number's no longer used. Now, you yourself will be given such a number should our service prove, well, satisfactory. Sorry to have troubled you.
Yes?
Mr. Willis,
Yes?
you spoke to a colleague of mine earlier today, Mr. Willis. Are you alone, or would you prefer me to ring back?
No, I'm alone.
Good. Well, first, if I may, the question of payment. £5,000, and this to be handed over in a manner of our choosing, sometime after the contract's been fulfilled.
I'm not sure. The contract, I'm not sure.
May I suggest, Mr. Willis, from our considerable experience, that you are sure, which is why you contacted us in the first place. However, if you wish to withdraw, please do so now.
Well, how do I contact you?
No, we make the contact, Mr. Willis.
Well, but I'll need to see you.
Under no circumstances.
How do I...
If you wish to withdraw.
Go on.
The subject for the contract.
My wife.
Thank you. I take it we may assume some urgency?
Yes?
We'll assign our representative as soon as possible. You will not, of course, be contacted personally. However, you will be asked to provide certain information as and when we think fit. Are there any questions, Mr. Willis?
How do I know that I won't be involved?
On that you may rest assured. However, if you ask for a guarantee, all I say is that this organization's been operating for some years now with a 100% record of success. Our clients choose us, Mr. Willis, and we in turn choose them. You'll appreciate that such discretion forms a strong bond. Any other questions?
You could be on my back for the rest of my life.
Yes, I could, Mr. Willis, but I won't. We don't play dangerous games. One other point. Most of our clients ask sooner or later, and rightly so. Our representatives work neatly and quickly and with a minimum of personal distress. There'll be, as they say, no pain. Well, I take it you're satisfied with our terms?
Yes.
Fine. Good night, Mr. Willis. We'll
No.
be in touch.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I bumped into Caroline last night.
Well, how was she?
Smug as always. They're off to Portugal for a couple of months. He's got a contract there or something. She wondered if we might like to join her for a week or so.
Did she?
Hello, yes? Mr. Willis?
Anyway, think about it.
Think about what?
Portugal.
You know perfectly well it's out of the question.
You mean you can't afford it? I'll treat you.
Excuse me. Mr. Willis, it's for you.
Mrs. Eldridge, who was it?
It's Dr. Ferguson.
Yes?
Oh, it's Alex. You wanted me.
I've heard from my friends. I thought you might like to know
Know what, Martin?
that everything's in hand.
Then you've nothing more to worry about.
Just a matter of time.
Look, I shall be away for a couple of days. Just do what they say. I'll call you when I get back.
Something wrong?
Nothing?
You look upset. What is it, Martin?
I said nothing.
Think you better take another pill, don't you?
Yes? Willis? Yes? Oh, morning, Mr. Tracy. I don't know where you get your information from, Mr. Tracy, but if you have anything else to say, I should say to the company lawyer, preferably in print. Or find yourself another broker. Who the hell told you to give Tracy my private number?
I'm sorry, Martin, as I understood it.
I pay for efficiency, not excuses. And part of that efficiency is to keep jumped-up filing clerks like Tracy off my back. Now, I pay good money. Either you work for it or find somewhere else.
Martin Willis's secretary. Just to remind you, the meeting in the conference room. 11 o'clock.
Willis?
Good morning, Mr. Willis. A few more questions, if I may.
Yes?
Your wife travelled into town this morning, taking the car to the station and continuing the journey by train.
That's right.
She normally does this, leaves the car at the station.
More often than not.
Does she always travel into town alone?
As far as I know.
You can't be sure, then?
No. No, I can't.
Something for us to check, of course. Thank you, Mr. Willis. We'll be in touch.
He's expected to be in the region of 1.5 million.
A break in the routine, Mr. Willis. Your wife drove all the way into town, parking the car.
I've told you, hardly a routine.
First to the hairdresser, then to your office.
We had lunch together.
At La Querca, yes. Do you often lunch together?
Occasionally.
You seemed, if I may say, on the best of terms.
What they call appearances.
Quite. Very useful from our point of view, of course.
I'll try not to let you down.
Come now, Mr. Willis. You see, there are always routines, patterns. Our task is to find the one most suited to our purpose. You take my point.
Yes.
Why would she go there?
We have a boat. It's due out for repairs.
Would she go there again?
Almost certainly.
Interesting.
We have to take some risks.
She does, however, drive fast.
I suppose so.
Not just an isolated occasion, then.
No, she likes driving fast.
Have you ever had cause to speak to her about it?
You mean, have I been worried?
If you like.
A couple of times, perhaps.
Have any of your friends passed comment?
Perhaps.
Take your time, Mr. Willis.
All right. Yes.
Bear with us, Mr. Willis. As I've said, we must look to the routine. Look to the possible flaws within the normal pattern of behavior. Your wife drives fast. It's known she drives fast. Accidents happen. May be of use to us, it may not. We'll be in touch.
I called by the office today. I thought perhaps...
Yes, I was in a meeting all afternoon. I'm sorry.
Martin, why didn't you tell me you were ill? Your secretary told me. She assumed I'd know.
Well done, Miss Finch.
Hardly her fault. You went to see Alex, then?
Yes, she gave me some pills. Now, that must be good for a laugh, Sybil.
You collapsed, didn't you? Some sort of attack, and the only one you couldn't tell was me.
Would you care, Sybil? Would you give a damn if I dropped dead?
Martin, I'm trying to tell you that I've been wrong. I was hurt. I overreacted. I've been wrong. I wanted to punish you, and now I want to stop. I want to sort out this damn money. then maybe whatever there is left between us will take care of itself.
It's too damn late.
Good morning.
Good morning. Get me Dr. Ferguson on the phone, will you? If he's not there, find out what it is. I must see him. What did you tell her?
The truth. More or less. I could hardly deny it after what your secretary had said.
No, sorry.
I'd be a liar if I didn't tell you that she seemed genuinely concerned.
Seemed?
That's your wife, Martin. You tell me.
Whatever. She seems to have changed her mind about the money. She's seeing a solicitor this afternoon.
Then you've got what you want.
You're forgetting about my arrangement.
Stop them.
How?
Or next time they telephone.
Well, they haven't called for 2 days.
They will.
How do I know?
They'll want to let you know.
Where, when, how? I want it stopped.
Then tell them.
I want it stopped now.
You know the system.
System! You got me into this, now you get me out of it.
I offered you a solution, Martin. Your money or your wife. You made up your own mind which was the most important. You alone. I told you to keep me out of it, and you've done nothing but yap round my legs. Now, the next time they call, and they will, finish it.
Watson!
You saw your solicitor this afternoon?
No?
I was...
Interested? Yes, of course you were, darling. I think you'll find what happened to me this morning much more interesting. I was nearly killed. There. All your problems solved.
Well, you can't just...
I had an accident. Could have had an accident. Could. Should. Hard to say in the circumstances. No, an accident, of course it was. I shall just have to take more care. Take precautions.
Well, for God's sake. Tell me what happened.
Too late. Isn't that what you said, Martin? Too late. For what?
Yes?
Good evening, Mr. Willis.
You fouled it up.
I take it you refer to the rather unfortunate accident that...
She knows.
Oh, come now, Mr. Willis.
She knows.
What happened yesterday had nothing to do with us.
A coincidence?
Well, as far as we can ascertain...
You're a liar.
We don't make mistakes. Your wife knows nothing.
I want it stopped.
You were given the opportunity...
I want it stopped now.
Our operator's already been briefed.
Well, then stop him.
There's no way our operators can be contacted.
Then find a way.
You're asking us to jeopardize the safety of this organization, Mr. Willis.
Find a way.
And your safety. It can't be done. The contract will be fulfilled on the 27th, the day after tomorrow. You'll be advised of your final instructions at 11 a.m. tomorrow, whereupon no further contact will be made until sometime after the commission has been executed.
We're having dinner with the Formans. Obviously, you've forgotten.
Yes, I'm sorry.
So much on your mind?
I've got the chance of a couple of days off next week. You said something about David and Caroline.
Portugal?
Yes.
2 days' notice? Hardly.
Please.
Some other time.
Well, it doesn't matter where.
Some other time.
You have an associate in Newcastle.
Yes.
Telephone him. Arrange to see him on Thursday.
He could be away.
No, it's been checked. Don't drive. Travel by air. Take the last flight on Wednesday. Book a return flight for Friday morning.
Yes.
Stay at your usual hotel. And make sure that you're in company throughout the day. All we ask is that you be seen. You won't hear from us again until we're ready.
Yes?
One moment, please. I have a call for you.
Yes?
Are you there, caller? Hello? One moment, please.
Oh, come on.
Mr. Willis?
Yes?
I'm afraid we've been disconnected. I'll have to call you back.
Yes, right. Hello? Hello?
So sorry to have troubled you.
Yes.
You have your call now. Go ahead, caller.
Yes.
Martin,
Hello? Alex? Alex?
are you alone?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Martin. There's been an accident. A bad accident. Sybil. Martin, you do understand?
Yes. Yes, I'll get the next flight.
Everything's been taken care of in this end.
Yes. Yes, thank you. How?
She would have died instantly.
How?
The car. The police called, spoke to the housekeeper. She didn't know where you were, put them on to me. I telephoned the office. She was obviously shocked. I sent her home.
Yes.
I've taken care of most of the formalities. The police will want to see you, of course. Apart from anything else, there's the identification of the body. I said I'd arrange it for tomorrow morning.
Where is she?
The county hospital, the mortuary.
Tomorrow.
There'll have to be a post-mortem, of course. No, it's a formality. I wouldn't, Martin.
We've been good friends, wouldn't you say, Alex? Good friends. Better than that now, then. It's the knowledge, Alex. The knowledge.
That's what you wanted.
Wanted? Needed? I got it. And you, my friend.
I can give you something to make you sleep.
But you think you've given me enough already?
Well, they're here if you want them.
Yes?
Oh, it's Trafford Jones here.
Mr. Jones. Yes, thank you.
Mr. Willis, did you know that your wife visited me last week?
No. Last week? Yes.
Yes, she left a letter with me which was to be opened in the event of her death. Now, can you come to this office tomorrow morning when I open it, please?
Yes. Yes, of course. Of course.
Thank you, Mr. Willis.
Thank you. That was a solicitor. She left a letter to be opened in the event of her death. In my presence tomorrow. They bungled it! They damn well bungled it! She knew. I told them that she knew.
It was an accident. She drove off the road. There's nothing to connect.
She knew!
I was treating her. Do you understand? She was upset, worried, obsessed even. Look, whatever that letter says, she said the same thing to me. Do you understand, Martin? She was neurotic. She drove that car too far. She drove off the road and killed herself. Whatever you say, I shall confirm. In 5 minutes, I can prove that letter means nothing, Martin. Nothing. Are you sure you don't want me to stay?
Yes.
It's done, Martin. It's finished. From now on, it's up to you.
Yes. Yes, of course.
The commission has been executed.
The wife drives fast, no, she drives fast.
It was an accident.
Yes, of course.
The wife drives fast, it's no, she drives fast.
It was an accident.
Yes, of course it dies.
The commission has been executed.
The wife drives fast, it's no, she drives fast.
It was an accident.
The wife drives fast, it's no, she drives fast.
It was an accident. They'll have your post-mortem, of course.
Drink and drugs.
Lethal.
You did warn him.
And I shall have to say so, of course.
Yes?
Dr. Ferguson,
Yes.
is everything to your satisfaction, sir?
Perfectly, thank you.
We'll be in touch.